Good evening, everyone. My name is Rashiv, and I'm heading the marketing and sales team at Business Charcha. Today, we are going to continue with our Impact in Our series, where world-class professionals from various domains shall be interviewed to throw some light on changing industrial trends. The topic for today is how to build a career in marketing. And we have Mr. Amit Bhalla. He is in marketing and sales with approximately 15 years experience, working with two of the world's best consulting firms, BCG and McKinsey. He has a passion for sales, customer service, brand development, and business strategy, and has already trained 300 plus people on LinkedIn on product marketing and management. On the behalf of the Business Charcha fraternity, we would like to welcome you, Mr. Bhalla, to our platform as an expert. We also have Ms. Sheetal Bhandari, who is the CEO and main mind behind Business Charcha. So now let's start with our second impact in our series. Now I would request Ms. Sheetal and Mr. Amit to take forward from here.
Thank you, Rasif. We welcome Mr. Amit Bhalla to Business Charcha fraternity, and thank you so much for taking out your valuable time for this session. Let's start with the discussion. Sir, our viewers would like to know the basic concept of marketing.
What marketing is all about, so that it gives people a good context of where this industry comes from and where we are headed. Marketing, unlike a lot of other fields like medicine and engineering, is a fairly new field. If you consider medicine and engineering, which are centuries old, where some kind of profession have existed, marketing has just come up fairly recently. And just like some of those industries, it's going through a phase of trial and error. What does this mean? I'll give you an example. So if you look at medicine industry, up to early 1900s, there used to be a practice in it, which was about bloodletting, where you would bleed out your patients because that's how they used to think that you will cure people. I know it sounds ridiculous now, but that was how the medicine practice was starting. We're kind of in the same phase with marketing, where we are in a lot of hit and trial of figuring out how things are working, why they work, and we do not have very solid principles or guiding thoughts about what makes, for example, a campaign successful and what does not make successful. So with that thought in mind, let's now talk about what is marketing then. So marketing is basically all about creating resonance in the mind of somebody regarding a product or a brand. That's it. The essence of marketing is, when I think of something, if I can remember your product at that point of time or your brand, that's kind of successful for me. That's putting it very simply and very lightly, but it's generally what the business is all about. That when, for example, Sheetal, you think of a pen, do you think of my brand or do you think of another brand? Right? That's broadly what we are trying to do in marketing. Create resonance for different kind of things which people try to solve or do, and if they are going to look for something to help them solve that with, if they can remember our name with it. So that's where we are in marketing. Then comes what do you look at, or what are the different aspects of marketing these days? There are many, you can think of them as entry points in marketing or different styles of marketing, and very, different buzzwords associated with marketing. You must have heard of content marketing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Social media marketing, digital marketing, brand marketing, and your regular revenue enablement and all that stuff. So what exactly is all that about? So in the essence of it, marketing is a very creative profession, right? What we are trying to do is no different from somebody who has to make a movie or somebody who has to paint a picture, right? So some of these things like digital media, digital marketing, or content marketing are the tools which we use. For example, a painter uses a paintbrush and colors, right? A sculptor uses a chisel and a hammer to create a statue, right? So similarly for us, these are tools. For example, Google Ad Engine or Facebook advertisement or LinkedIn advertising. All these are different tools which are a great entry point to get into the marketing profession. But then, like I mentioned, it is a creative profession. You can be as good as you want on the tools. If you lack the creativity of what do you want to create using them, this is not a profession for you in that case. So that's one of the first things which I hear from people, that if I learn all these or get certificates from Google or LinkedIn or whatever, and do you think I will make a good marketer? And the question comes back to, getting these certifications is not that difficult, but it's all about creativity. It's all about how do you read people's mind to some extent and figure out what is creatively something which people will like. And then that too has no fixed formulas. There are no magic potions in marketing. It's a lot of hit and trial, a lot of learning, a lot of listening to customers, and a lot of testing and figuring out what kind of ads work or what kind of marketing things work. Sometimes you will even see that you have a checklist which is given to you through a framework which will say that do this, and you will make a great campaign, and you will follow through all of them. It will still not click. So that's there. And sometimes even the silliest thing will catch on. For example, right now on LinkedIn, as of today, the highest liked photo is a photograph of an egg. It's literally a photograph of an egg. It does not make sense. Why would that be the most liked photograph on LinkedIn? It does not follow any marketing campaign formula that you would think of, right? But it is. It's because we as people are not very rational. So marketing is trying to work for people who are not rational and trying to affect their minds to think of a product which solves a specific problem for them. So that's marketing in a nutshell.
Absolutely. Like if we talk about in lockdown, social media marketing or small businesses, startups, they have understood the importance of social media marketing. They have launched their product. Small businesses have come on online, and they have made like their products online. They are selling their products online. From traditional, like they were selling the products in a traditional manner. But when this pandemic came, they understood the importance of social media marketing. They have actually applied it on their businesses too.
So you make a very fair point. What the pandemic did was an acceleration of change in consumer behavior. We were obviously shifting towards the digital economy where more and more people were ordering stuff from home through the convenience of their phones and not going to brick and mortar stores, at least for the little things. Like I would still say for the big things, even now, for example, if you want to buy a piece of furniture, there's a very high likelihood that you might actually go even in this time to a furniture store to just have a look, even though you're keeping all the social distancing and everything. And I would encourage to please do that. Right? But yes, what we're talking about is an acceleration of change in consumer behavior, where we have started shifting to a digital economy. Like lockdowns have shown, if you were not at least partly digitally available to customers, you would have suffered a lot. Simply because you could not make your sales, you could not generate revenue, and you were bleeding cash just to keep your business going. But what we are seeing now, there is definitely an increased realization and a sense of urgency that we want to become digital. And marketing obviously plays a big role, because what the web offers is a global economy. So through web, a product in Chennai is accessible to me in Gurgaon as much as a product in Gurgaon is accessible to me, because it's all about going to a web page, ordering it. It may come a couple of days later, but that also does not make a big difference these days, because Amazon is able to deliver products the next day to you guys. So definitely marketers' jobs become very important. It's important for us to stand out in terms of search rankings, in terms of having that kind of resonance, so that when people think of For example, if you want to buy a product, and if my product's name comes to your mind and I am easily accessible on the web, you might as well, go and buy it.
Great. So, now I would like to know a few of the different marketing strategies that big companies and startups are applying in their venture.
Sure.
They are different.
They are different. They are definitely different. So this falls into two basic domains, right? If we purely want to talk about marketing strategy, startups are what we call as disruptors. They are trying to fight against big companies and create their own market space and win customers in that specific space. Big companies are trying to more or less at least keep the market share which they have and slightly add to it. But that's like the traditional view of thinking about it. Obviously, big companies also spend a lot on R&D, on trying to capture new markets and trying to think of how do they want to keep changing their business models. So marketing, if we talk about, and when we talk about small companies, I'm generally talking about startups, plays a role in the sense that the marketer is able to really look at your product and convert this into a value proposition, provided there's a good job initially being done on what product is being built, into a value proposition which the customers will understand. The whole idea is that this new solution should be communicated to customers in a way that they would understand and they would want to at least give it a shot, try it out and say that okay, maybe this is the solution for my specific problem. For big companies, it's more about reminding people that we are still out there, or we are still doing this, and keep hammering in that message. For big companies, and for small companies, I like to quote this one example which I read somewhere. I just can't recall the author right now, but so marketing strategy in essence is like preparing to run for a marathon. If you only run once, or which means if you only create one specific campaign and you do it, most probably you're gonna feel pretty bad, because if you haven't run ever and you go out and try to run for 5 kilometers today out of blue, you'll probably feel pain in your joints, and you'll be like, why did I run for 5 kilometers for no reason? But if you do it every day, eventually you start getting better at it, right? Because you start developing stamina. It's kind of same for marketing. If you do one ad once, and it could go well, it may not go well, but that's it. But if you are like advertising every day, you're gonna build up some level of stamina, because more and more people will be able to see you. The amount of people who will see you will increase, and that's kind of how marketing strategy works, that you have to play it for the longer run. And that's what I see as a major difference between a lot of startups and big companies. Big companies play for the longer run. They have consistently longer budgets because they are trying to make sure that they are running that marathon. A lot of initial startups will do marketing in sprints, right? So they'll do it once and then the focus will change to other things and then come back and do it again. The likeliness of them becoming successful is increasingly less, because maybe the times you have done it, people were not paying attention.
Okay, so if I talk about for our viewers, what are the different career options in marketing?
Yep.
And how does the role evolve over the years?
Sure. So a marketer's role initially starts with a lot of boring stuff, to be very honest with you. It starts with a lot of tactical delivery of creating marketing collateral and running different campaigns on a tactical level. For example, You may be told that this is the ad which we are trying to create. Can you write the copy for it, like the first cut of it? Or can you think of using Google ads or whatever ads, and actually publish it there and then monitor the campaign, and that's it. So it's generally tool execution or copywriting and stuff like that. So that's one entry path into marketing. The other one is obviously sales. Direct sales people also graduate into marketing. So initially, if you're going to get into marketing, the first 3-4 years, unless you're going to be in a startup where you have to wear multiple hats and you might be the only marketer there, then you're doing everything. But in big companies, you generally start with more tactical roles. So you might be a digital marketer in a big company, and your only role is to send out emails which have been created by your seniors, or publish ads or monitor ads or create dashboards or follow up on leads. But as you grow up into this role starts to become very strategic, because what starts to happen is you start to understand how business evolves, how customers think. Because remember, this is a creative profession, and it only gets better with more practicing, more thought, and more time, and more understanding of how people behave in certain situations. That's when the fun starts. That's when you are really processing a lot of data which is coming in from your customers, from market research, from your sales trends, from brand advocacy and everything else. And what you're doing then is you're trying to actually create marketing strategy. You're actually creating brand strategy, where a lot of your time is being spent on what kind of different ways we can look to create to engage more customers, which segments are lagging, where we can go and push out more, and what kind of other market entry strategies we could have. So the fun starts a little later in marketing. It's a more tactical job upfront, but that's how the industry is right now.
Got it. So what are the trends that are coming in marketing over the years? And what are majorly trends right now?
Sure. So this kind of ties up back to the part of where I was telling that marketing is a fairly new profession compared to a medicine or an engineering one, right? So because this is a fairly untested, non-scientific, creative profession, we get bombarded with new trends every other year. Like what happens is somebody comes up with a new framework, new thought, or a whole new model of marketing, because it's big money. So definitely people are investing time in coming up with new ideas, and we tend to find out that most of them actually do not stick, right? So there are many examples of this, and one of the biggest examples is actually digital marketing itself, where there has been a huge promise that how big digital marketing can be in creating engagement with customers, and how the data actually has started to come up and is showing that it's very less. It's below expectations for a lot of things. So that's kind of where we are in marketing, and it's nobody's specific fault. It's just that, like I said, it's a growing industry, it's a growing profession. People are still trying to figure out the major theories, major principles are not solved. We don't have, you can think of it like that, we don't have the Newton's laws for marketing so far. So we don't know where we are headed very specifically, but what I see happening in the near future is this continued push on moving from a very overly hyped marketing scenario of thinking that here is a magical formula which is digital marketing or content marketing or something else, to be a little bit more grounded in expectations from marketing. That is thinking about marketing in longer sprints, which is do some marketing every day, do it effectively, measure marketing as much as possible, figure out what people are saying, and focus on that. I think that's the trend. In between there might be new frameworks which might come up, new technologies, new channels. By channels I mean like new ways of getting in touch with you. For example, you might be wearing a Fitbit and there might be a marketing ad which comes on it, right? So that's a new thing which could come up. But beyond that, I do not see any major disruptive changes as of now. I think marketing industry has started to realize that we are a creative profession, and just like every other creative profession, there are always going to be some anecdotal incidents every now and then which will try to push us into thinking in certain way, but the majority of crowd will always remain grounded to the fact that there are some very basic things which are true in marketing. That is, the more you are visible to a customer, the more chances they have of remembering you, right? If I see you every day, I'll remember you a little bit more than if I see you once in a year, right? So based on those grounded things, I think marketing will continue to evolve.
Absolutely. So if I talk about marketing and about characteristic, every person or an individual cannot be a marketer. So what are the basic characteristics a person should have to be a marketer or to enter into a social media marketing?
An easy escape answer of this could be you need to be creative, but I think creativity is a very subjective thing. People are creative in different ways. People are creative in you might be creative in how you for example draw, right? So your understanding of design level creativity is very high. I might be creative in, for example, how I infer situations or come up with ideas or plans in different situations, while my design may be very bad, right? So I believe creativity is something which everybody has. What I feel you need to be a good marketer is curiosity specifically towards customer behavior, curiosity specifically towards just deep diving into listening and more listening to what customers are doing, curiosity towards continuing to know how this industry is evolving, what are the new trends which are coming up. But I'm not still advocating jumping on those trends, but just keeping an eye on what is happening, what people are trying out, what is working, what is not working, and experimenting a lot of that. Marketing is a lot of experimentation. People might say that I have a formula which I always follow and it has always worked. Then if that, I haven't found anybody who is able to do that. But what I have seen is the people who are very tenacious, people who are very curious, and people who love experimenting and also are not scared of failing. That's a big part of marketing. You should not be scared of failing. They're gonna make good marketers. People who are scared of failing, who want to go by the book, who need proper frameworks to be able to do their work, I think they should avoid marketing.
Absolutely. According to the target market, according to the product, the strategies has to be designed.
Exactly.
So a quick advice to the viewers or to the startups or to the small scale businesses. What all things they should adopt in marketing to expand their businesses?
I think first thing is consistency. Do not think of marketing as a second to product thing, because that's a lot of startups doing that. They think that they just need to focus on the product and marketing will happen on their own. That has happened. Again, anecdotal incidents are always there for the extreme situations, but that may not be the best way approaching it. While you should never prioritize marketing over actual product, that I would never suggest, because if you have a very bad product and you're extremely good at marketing, then you are a scammer basically. I think it's about being truthful. It's about being consistent. It's about making sure that you keep the customer's interest at heart when you are developing marketing strategies, and you be consistently. you remain consistent. You keep doing it over and over and over again. You will get good at it. You will understand what you actually do, and you will communicate it better. For example, if I do this interview with you again and again and again, eventually I will nail down exact points which I need to be able to tell you to be better at this, right? So it's practice makes perfect. So I think that's what startups do. They just prioritize product most of the times, and these are good startups, right? And they kind of put marketing on back burner. They should not do that. Keep marketing consistent, find your beat and keep doing that, and don't do the other way around. Never have marketing as the lead and the product being a shitty product. that doesn't work. You'll get caught out. You'll get found out very easily. People are very smart.
Great. I think we had a good discussion with Mr. Amit Bhalla regarding marketing and marketing opportunities for startups. So we'll see our viewers in the next episode. Thank you.
Again, on the behalf of the entire Business Charcha fraternity, I would like to thank Mr. Bhalla for this informative session. I'm sure many of us would find it really helpful. Thank you for taking your time, and thank you, Sheetal, and everyone else for joining in. Thank you.